superpowers. Mommy. Cats. No, I'm talking about Cat's wardrobe malfunction. This must be a Japanese game. I knew it. Wait, this is the dude that directed the first Silent Hill game. I'm interested. It was the year 2012. A young KennyOTH was helping out with his grandfather's painting company and was able to save up enough money to buy a PlayStation Vita. A new game was coming out about a girl whose power is to manipulate gravity. After beating Infamous 2 for the 400th time, I was looking for a new game to get. And you're telling me another superhero game is coming out that has the same comic book style cutscenes? So what game did I get alongside my PlayStation Vita? PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, of course. What, it had Cole in it, and was also the reason why I failed geometry class in high school, alongside my friend Rose. If you're watching this, Rose, I'm sorry. We wouldn't have had to retake that class if I never brought my PlayStation Vita to school. But hey, at least we got the platinum trophy for it. Anyways, you know who else was in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale? Cat from Gravity Rush. In one summer at my mom's, this game became free to download from PlayStation Plus. As soon as I saw it, I downloaded it and played it for a grand total of 30 minutes. Never touched it again. Until years later when a sequel came out, which I bought day one and played it for a grand total of 10 minutes. Yeah, that was a part of my game collecting era. You could honestly say I was more of a game tester than an actual gamer at that point, because I bought more games than I actually played, which is why I have this huge stack of PS3 and GameCube games. Good times. But now I've done a whole 180 and set off to not only beat games, but complete them. So let's add another game to the Platinum Trophy collection, Gravity Rush Remastered. The remastered version came out in 2015 for Japan and 2016 for the rest of us in the West. Apparently here in North America, it got announced as a digital exclusive. Dang it, digital doesn't look good on the shelf. Wait, we actually got a limited physical release, only on Amazon? Ah, that explains why a copy of this game was going for $150 at one point. I was at a local GameStop and I happened to find a copy. The GameStop employee said they had like 50 copies in the back, so I guess it's not as rare as I thought it was. Good thing I still have Chibi Robo. It started off as a PS3 title in 2008, but was later moved to the Vita. And according to the creator, Toyama, Microsoft's Crackdown was the inspiration for the gameplay. I wonder what Gravity Rush would have been like if zombies came out at night. You play as Cat, who has a cat, but not that cat, you pervert. She has the power to shift gravity for her and whatever's near her. Don't worry, he'll be fine. The problem is she wakes up with amnesia. In the city she's in, Hexaville, has been broken apart and overran by these creatures called the Nevi. After saving a boy from certain doom, you learn that you're not the only one with the power to shift gravity. And these so-called shifters are looked down upon in society. But even with the whole city against you, you set off to repair it like a real hero would. Like I said before, it has comic book-like cutscenes, which really adds to this game's cool art style. Every Nevi has a weak spot on them. Can you guess where it is? Combat on the ground isn't that great, but it really shines when you take it to the sky. It can be frustrating at first trying to control gravity, especially when you miss a kick. But once you get it down, it feels like you really grew with your powers. Spider-Man wasn't swinging perfectly off the rip. I like how you can shift gravity, not to fly, but skate on the ground. Now that I think about it, Cat isn't technically flying. She's falling. Does that mean she has a constant roller coaster drop feeling at all times? Anyways, there's a lot to explore, and besides some challenges, you don't have to go too far out of your way for the platinum, which is always a plus if you're a completionist. There are gems scattered across the world for you to collect, but don't worry, I didn't speak too soon. You only have to collect 40,000 of them. It's not that much, I promise. You can get thousands of them in a matter of minutes, and there's plenty more than 40,000 in the world, so throw the guides away, you don't have to collect them all. The gems aren't pointless either. You can use them to upgrade Cat and unlock new abilities, which comes in handy if you go to take on the secret bosses. There's 4 of them, and look up a guide to find their locations unless you're like me, who's stubborn and wants to spend hours until you find it on your own, to only get frustrated and look it up anyway because you really just want to get the platinum trophy. This game is great, and it's always fun meeting someone who's also played it, or at least heard of it. Forget GameSpot, IGN gave it a 7.5, and a 7 for IGN is a 10 out of 10. It even won the Tokyo Game Game Show Game of the Year award in 2012, where Toyama said he'll do his best on the sequel. And there's a whole 20-minute official animation on YouTube that takes place between this game and its sequel. Wait, Cat also appears as a playable character in a golf game? The sequel? I know what game I'm playing next.
Great shot!
Nice cock. Perfect.
Push on my head till I'm confident as Kanye. Success is getting from Ariana Grande. Cruising in a Civic, I'ma flip it to a vet. I'll snatch a chain, take off, then run off set.